So I am a runner. It's something that I've loved for a long time. It's been a big part of my rhythm and my routine. And I've learned a few things along the way. One of those things that was really frustrating for me to learn, honestly, because I'm kind of a pusher througher, like want to get things done and want to get it done as quick as I can, is that sometimes looking at pacing and intensity is really important. So a few years back, I had a chronic ankle injury, and it was kind of like my, I don't know, some of the ligaments and stuff in my ankle were like stretched out rubber bands, and yet because I wanted to perform well and I wanted to do well, I continued to run. But I continued to run on this injury. It was like it was never fully healing. I could run, but I wasn't performing in the way that I wanted to, and then was still dealing with some pain. So I decided to experiment with some interval training. And the only thing I changed is that I would run other than when I was going up a hill. So I would walk when I was going up a hill, but everything else I would run. And was really frustrated at the beginning because I thought this is going to take me longer and I'm going to go slower. And I know I can do this because I have ran this many miles many times before. And yet what I started to notice over time was that, like, one, the injury began to go away, and I really haven't had issues with injury since then. And then two, I actually was finishing faster, which really confused me. Because how you can walk and finish faster did not make sense in my brain. So something was happening in those intervals, that those walking spaces, that was allowing my body to reset and kind of recharge in a way that gave me actually more energy to push forward when I started running again. And so here at Gap Relief, something we've talked about before are condition-informed plans. And actually, when I think about being a runner and this idea of intervals and running in intervals, that's something that comes up for me when I think about what does it mean to be a human-informed, a trauma-informed organization and build condition-informed plans. Is that often when we have a mission, we see it and we want to just run after it and run straight towards it and put all of the intensity and energy we can towards it. And we can forget about ourselves along the way, and maybe some of those spaces that we need to slow down and we need to breathe, and it's okay for that pacing to not be at full speed all the time. And what we might find in those places is that actually when we slow down for a moment and we pay attention to who we are and what we need as humans in those spaces, we might actually get to our mission or get to our goal quicker than we might have had we just pushed through the entire time. And so running intervals is something I think about a lot when we work with organizations, or even for myself and kind of my own position at Gap Relief is, yes, like we see the mission, we walk hard, we run hard towards it, but to have time and space where we're slowing down and intentionally paying attention to who am I, where am I at, can feel like a walking pace, and yet at the end of the day, it can prevent some of those injuries and it can help you get